What you need,
views and opinions of In the Red podcast
Tripod.
and its host.
No,
a
I do.
director's
Guest
cut.
is strictly
That's it.
Yeah,
for
but now you need to get it. We can get it on
entertainment
like
purposes
Amazon, but
Yeah,
I
I
will
know.
do it for you.
Sure.
What do you guys see? What do directors see?
And scene.
No, an action.
Action.
Oh,
Same thing.
period.
Same thing. We're back in the building. Finally, Cheeky Kathy is back. Everybody's been
as
asking.
Andre tagged me on Instagram, Hiki Kathy.
Reds.
Sorry.
Reds. You know how much backlash I got from that? That's your name?
That's what I know you as.
I know.
I apologize. I call people that are adults by their name.
That is my name. My mother gave me that name.
Period.
Yeah. So there you go. Anyway, Cheeky Kathy is back. Along with the church.
Yeah, boy. We can't catch a break.
Every time. Every single time. It
Guys,
never
it's
fails.
my fault because, I need 12 hours of rest. Like a nocturnal animal or something. I know, nocturnal animals. And what am I saying?
Nocturnal animal.
Yeah, but nocturnal animals would be awake in the night. I'm the
Right.
opposite of that.
Right. So I don't even know what you call the opposite of that.
A normal person,
Right.
I'm assuming.
Yeah. I got a GED. So, I don't, there's certain shit I just
You know what? Your girl need a lot of sleep. And my
That's
iron
fine.
is very low.
That's fine.
And I am exhausted all the time.
Oh, man. Oh, wait. That's the finishing music.
Oh, period.
But here's what's going to happen now. Now they're going to be in the lobby. Give it like 2 minutes before the little one comes, knocks on the door. Hello, hola.
Is it, I literally is
racist.
about to be like, is this the kid that runs up and down?
Every time.
Can I trip them?
You can. We should.
I would just like to say, I have no issues fighting the old, fighting the young, anybody in between, but particularly old and the young. I feel like
They can get it.
they could get it for sure.
Yeah. The old. Yo, can we talk about like
If you don't like your grandparents, send them my way. I could fight them for you.
because I know like after you get to a certain age, it's like you have like kind of like a don't fuck a like you don't give a fuck. But I
it's
think
different.
along with that, you should also be aware like if you don't give a fuck, I could punch you in the mouth.
That's what I'm saying. But it's not the don't give a fuckness. It's the trapped in the 1930s vibes.
Well, that part.
Unfortunately, I have to deal with the general public every day for my job.
Right.
And these people, you know what's getting me? Like, what I do is essentially like an online program. So you have to sign up online. Everything you do is virtual. You call in, I'd like to sign up. Okay, cool. You have an email? No. I don't even have a computer. I don't know about these things. Why are you here? Why are you here? And then they get upset.
Right.
This is discrimination. Ma'am, please get off my fucking line.
Right.
Like, and I just be like, you pissing me off.
I wanted to sign up for online, but I have no idea how
I want to sign up for this program. Okay, cool. It's an online program. I don't know anything about computers. I don't even have a computer. And then that's when I pause. Because I'm going to let you. It's going to process.
Right.
This is an online program. I don't have a computer. One of these things don't belong. Like, come on, man.
Sesame Street, one of these things don't belong.
Like, so then I can't use it.
Right.
Ding, ding, ding. I'm so happy we got here.
Right.
Bye. I can't. Like, I hate that they don't try. That is my biggest qualm with old people.
Right.
They don't try. Like, they just automatically assume that everything should be handed to them.
Right.
Like, I love old people that they're like, I tried to do this or whatever. Like, I'm referring to my job again.
Right.
Tried to do this, but like, I'm having trouble. I'm like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, at least you
Let me
tried.
walk you through it because you have the capacity
Right.
to try.
Right.
See people who don't try, fuck you guys.
Right.
I'm not with it. Oh, I'm upset.
No, but it makes sense. But that's what I be saying about people who remember the last one we did, and I was like, yo, people who are younger,
Yeah.
when they say they don't know,
Yeah.
it grips me in a way like, yo, like, yo, the internet is free. Free. It's so easy. You could just,
Yeah.
search it. You don't even have to say Google because there's so many other search engines. Just search it.
My friend literally had this same. She brought this up again this week. Cause she was like, I really don't understand why people can't just Google stuff.
Right.
And I'm like,
Simple
me
as
either.
thing.
I Google everything.
Right.
It's not hard.
Yeah, I tell you all the time. I'm probably one of the few people that still just randomly surf the internet.
I mean, I do the same.
Yeah.
I like weird shit.
Like I use my laptop because like you know how like Microsoft or whatever would give you like a couple of ideas. Mm-hmm. And then I just go down the rabbit hole of that, and then all of a sudden it's 6:00 in the
Well,
morning.
not only that, like yesterday I went out to dinner. This is the next thing. This is a big pet peeve of mine.
Mm.
Like, one, the people are not reading. That's a big pet peeve of mine. But also people who read or like they read any sort of content or media and then
Right.
they're like, they say a word and they don't research what the word is.
So they don't understand. Yeah. So they just talking.
Like, what are we doing? What
Yeah.
are we doing? I went out to, I wonder if I still have it. I probably don't. Went out to dinner on the menu was some weird word and I was like, what the hell does this mean? Google it. Oh, it is like a green. I don't know. You cook as well, so you might be able to. It's farro, FARRO,
Farro.
and it kind of looks like I don't know. You know what barley looks like?
Okay.
They be eating this
Okay.
like with protein and stuff.
Right.
Super healthy, I presume.
Yeah, what's that other thing? Because that's what that kind of looks like. What's that other grain?
There's couscous, quinoa.
Quinoa.
Yeah,
Quinoa. Is it quinoa or quinoa?
quinoa.
Quinoa?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I've seen this stuff.
Right.
The children are running.
You know it. You can't. Yeah. And you know what's happening out there? They're blowing up balloons.
Why?
Who knows? It's part of the confessions. So after they confess, this is the only thing, this is what I came up with, because this is the only thing that makes sense. After they've done finish confessing, they blow their confessions into the balloon and they leave the church. It's going to take them forever to get out of there.
You know, this is my problem with religion. Because, like,
Is this Cancel Us Part 2?
literally, like,
Let me just type it from now. Cancel Us Part 2.
like, how much you really sinning in a week? You had that much? If it's 4 people,
Right.
like,
Well,
and they be there for long.
We got to make them understand because there's only about 6 people in that church.
Right. And they've been there we for like 3 hours, and they've been
We've
there
been here
before we got
way-
here.
and they were here before we got here. 3 hours we've been sitting here like, yo, all right, let's give them a little bit more time,
And how much do you have to confess? Like my whole thing with religion and confession is, or I would say Christianity, because that's my religion.
Mm-hmm.
One, I feel very weird having to sit with some random guy and be like, "These are my sins, Father."
Right. Yeah.
I feel like if the big man on top is seeing
Right.
I doing crime, and I'm like, oh shit, I did crime. I'm so sorry. That should be it. I
Right.
should be good, right?
Yeah, I ain't got to tell nobody. Yeah.
Why do I have to talk to this random man?
Yeah. But on a more serious, I've never been a fan of like, let me not say never, because I grew up in the church.
Same.
Yeah. But I'm just not a religion.
Same. I'm very spiritual.
Right. I'm a spiritual person. I believe there's a high above, but I don't like to get into I think when you start getting into the rules, that's when it gets weird.
See,
You know what I mean?
I'm just like, and I've never read the Bible. Every year I'm like, oh, I should read the Bible just for like
Yeah.
reading the Bible's sake.
Mm-hmm.
My thing is, because I'm also a very logical person,
Right.
how is this alleged, how much of an old text going to apply to today's world?
Well, here's the thing.
As in like the rules and stuff.
Now,
Because
I've read the Bible, right, in its entirety, twice in my lifetime,
crazy.
right? And what it is, it's, and I know people are going to get offended, but this is what it is. What the Bible seems to me, my opinion, just clear that up, seems to be, it's more like, it's going to sound harsh when I say it, it's like folk tales.
I mean, I can see that.
Right? So it's kind of like, you know how they say like the boy that cries wolf?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So that storyline can go on forever and you can like attribute that to anything over time. Right? Because if you just go by there's no Peter or Paul, right, in the days of
And yet they're paying for all.
of the Bible. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like, so you just have to take it. There's truths in there that make sense, but it all feels like a folk tale. And my thing has always been like, okay, you have all of these scriptures, and then where's Jesus? Where's his book?
Not only that,
And the Bible was written, what, 500 years?
right.
500 or 5,000?
I can't remember, but it's a 5.
It's a 5. After Jesus
Also,
walked the
in
earth.
my personal experience, the Bible thumpers and holier than thou people are some of the most heinous people you'll ever encounter in your lifetime.
Well, that's a fact.
They are horrible people.
Right.
And I'm like, and you coming at me?
Right.
I might be looking down on you, babes. Like, are you sure?
Right.
I still treat my neighbor with kindness.
Right.
You? Are you sure?
You know what I always had a problem with? Like, so you go to church and you listen. I'm like, after a while, I'm like, yo, so you mean to tell me that I can't have a happy life until I'm dead?
Which is crazy to me.
I'm like,
Why
yo,
am I here to suffer?
yeah, so you're telling me, oh,
Take me out of the game.
pay your tithe, right? Pay up, right? Because Jesus needs your money. And then on top of that, you ain't never going to be good till you dead, bro.
Like,
Nah, bro.
that's why I don't really be going to church now and stuff. Like, I probably haven't stepped foot in an actual church, like, for service in maybe 4 or 5 years.
Oh, shit. You don't want to know. I haven't been in a church service since my kid's christening.
But that's still a christening. Like, I'm talking like
but
an actual...
what they did was they had the service first and then put the christening
I hate that.
at the end.
Like,
I was like, you slick
Cut me like a
sis.
20-minute time slot.
Yeah,
Do this quick.
Tell me when it was like, yo, okay, you doing yours like 140. Okay, let me walk in at 140, like 135.
Like,
So I had to sit through the whole thing. But listen, yeah, I'm just not a big church religion
me, I don't.
religion guy.
And I would not ever change my religion.
Right.
Because I guess on paper I'm Catholic, but like,
Yeah.
do I follow Catholicism?
Yeah.
Hands down.
And
And I tell people, like, Catholicism is based on violence. Like, that's one of the most violent religions. I don't live my life like that.
Right.
So,
Then I found out something later in my years, like especially like with the Catholic Church and some of like well, I don't want to say Baptist, but what's the other thing? Is it Baptist that's kind of like set up kind of like Catholic, but it's not Catholic? No,
I mean,
Anglican,
Anglican, Pentecostal.
Pentecostal.
Yeah.
Right. Do you know that they all have the same sermon in all the churches?
Really?
So if you go to a Catholic church today, right, and you was able to like pop into another Catholic church like in another state,
Really?
They would be having the same sermon. The sermon is given to them, and they not interpret it, but they speak it in their own words, but they all it's the same sermon.
Interesting.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that until maybe like
as well.
Yeah, I didn't know that until like maybe 15
Like who gives
years.
it to them? The Vatican.
It trickles down.
Interesting.
Yeah, I found that out like maybe like 10, 15 years ago.
I just know what it should.
Let me tell you something. Some of the best. Okay. I said some of the wildest events I've had has been with people who were heavy in the church.
I agree with you. Listen to me. I kid you not. About 2 weeks ago, this guy friend that my other friend and I had, he's now cut off. Mm-hmm. Now he's very heavily in the church, and I was like, start talking to this girl from the church or whatever. Now they're dating or whatever. Right. Oh, maybe I could. Oh, I did tell you about that guy who you said he's the I word.
Right.
And I'm like, you are just doing this because like you want to have like a bad freak. Like church people are freaks.
They are.
Some of the freakiest people.
They are.
And then they try to hide it like, be a free freak.
Yeah.
But you're still studying to judge other people, and you need to be judged.
Especially the women. Oh my Lord! First of all, it's a thing. It's a saying. Hey, you want to find a freak? Find a church girl.
Basically.
Oh, that's always the thing.
Why is that? Do you think it's because they have to be so goody two shoes? That makes sense, you know.
I think it's the perception they want. So because the church allows them to say, hey, if you repent, you're good.
Which is the crazy thing to me.
Right.
This like circling back to them blowing balloons or whatever.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. I am going to confess to this man.
Right.
Whatever. Oh, 10 Hail Marys, rah. Okay, cool. Come out, I'm doing this. Like, I am not learning a lesson here. I am still going and sin and do the same thing. And I'm going to come back. So, I didn't learn.
You didn't learn?
And I did the same thing. I confessed 2 weeks ago.
So, we good. I can do it all over again.
You were giving me 10 Hail Marys. So now, clean slate, period.
We good. I'll go back and shoot somebody. Shoot up the club.
Crazy to me.
Man, like... Damn, how do I say this? It doesn't matter. I'm trying to get canceled. Yo,
Part 2.
I went to a church, right? Coming up, I was in the Seventh-day Adventist church.
Ay.
Right. And within that church, you know how much chicks I seen get smashed in the bathroom during Bible study? Half the shit I learned in my formative years, right? I learned in the church.
Wait, pause. Did you play the intro?
Nah, I'll do that later.
Oh, okay.
At this point, they were my intro.
That's true.
All the
Praise be.
Yeah. But yeah, half the criminal mind that I came up with was learned from somebody in the church. Oh man, I'm probably gonna. Well, I ain't say no names, but I remember dudes. We were in church, and while we were in church, it was like, yo, we gonna slide out, go buy this bag of weed real quick, right? So that when church is finished, we go back around the corner, blow this
That's
L.
crazy.
And then think. I'll be honest with you, I was probably like 10. Right? The dudes was a little bit older, ride out with them. The weed spot was like right by Kentucky Fried Chicken. Yeah, we go right there, boom, get a little bag of weed. We got 2 sacks of weed. At that time, it was a little Nick bag, a little $5 bag. It was about this big. You know what I mean? Yeah. And we go smoke that real quick. Why you look like that? I don't know. I'm tired. allergies.
I'm good.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
What are you talking about?
What do you mean?
I'm fine.
I'm fine. Huh? That's how you, huh? What happened?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, can we pause for a second? Let me address this dude real quick.
Yeah. Do I need to be here? I can just go to the bathroom real quick.
Oh yeah, good. Do it.
Period.
Yeah, I got you. Let me address this guy, man. Big homie CC. Let me mute you up real quick. Let me get this off. You know you got to take that down. Can you do that? You could do it. I got faith in you. I cut this. Why you walking like an old woman?
Because I don't want to block the light.
There you go. All right. So, you know, I'm usually not the one to call people by name and address people by name. I say that all the time, but this dude is kind of like touched the nerve with me. All right. So let me say this. Big homie CC. At some point in time, somebody got to address you directly. Right? I think they're just allowing you to get away with like way too much. You're doing way too much. It's starting to get like out of hand. And now it's to the point, I heard you say something so ridiculous. And that's the only reason I'm addressing it now, because it seems like you're starting to spiral and it's getting out of pocket. So while you've been talking your stuff, because you've had like an 8-9 month run of this online thing that you've been doing and coming up with these storylines and, you know, and these different things. Excuse me. So I've heard you tell stories. I've listened to you. Some of the things that you heard, that you said that I've heard, I'm like, that don't make sense, right? And I've been waiting for people to kind of address you. I've heard one person like really address you and really check you on it. Maybe not that. Oh, no, he did do it directly, and he addressed it. But I think it went over a lot of people's heads, and they're still giving you a platform to talk. So let me say my piece, bro. First of all, let me say what you're doing is nasty work. Like what you're doing, some of the things you're saying is diabolical. It is nasty. What you're doing is taking old storylines that you've heard and partial truths that you've heard, and you're putting it together and making your own narrative. And for whatever reason, you're intertwining yourself into this storyline and making it seem like you were there or part of it, right? Let me just tell you out front that you are a liar, all right? You're lying through your teeth, and it's borderline disgusting what you're doing. First thing first, I still have, yeah, I'm talking.
Is this still the same guy?
Yeah.
Well, I thought you was being nice to him.
No. At no point, I'm not being nice to him. So what you're doing is, like I said, you're taking storylines and adding them with some truths, and you're creating your own narrative and throwing yourself into the mix. So I don't like to boost and boast about who and what I know and my dealings with certain people like within the industry, but some of the storylines you were talking and some of the people you're talking about, I still feel like we have a decent relationship. I know some of these people. I was there for some of these situations, and what I'm saying to you is nasty work, and you're a bold-faced liar. So I asked around. I asked some questions about you. I was like, like, who are you? Were you really around? I got 3 answers back from all the people that I asked. One was, don't know who you are at all, right? Never seen you, never heard you. Another one was, you were around one particular situation, and but some stuff went down, and they realized that you weren't man enough to put in any pain or put in any real work. So, it was a favor to even let you work with them for doing security. and they pretty much let you go. It was a favor for a friend. The last thing I heard was that you have slight mental issues. And every time that you're slightly off your meds or whatever, and you start to self-medicate, this is what happens. You go down a rabbit hole and you start to say and do crazy things. What I want to remind you is these people that you're talking about and these things that you're saying not only affect the people. I know you're looking at it like, yo, it's you're doing it for the likes. You're getting a little bread in your pocket. You're seeing some notoriety that you've never seen before, and I get it. I don't want to sound like one of them older guys that just don't understand what it is. I get it. Like, you're getting a little run, you're getting your 15 minutes and you're trying to run with it. I get it. Cool. But you got to remember that some of these people that you're talking about have kids, they have family. Some of these kids are now being bullied and harassed in their school because of the storyline that you decided to come out with and lie about and act like you were there. First things first, you're not old enough for some of these stories that you're telling. Right? Some of these stories that you're telling happened, and you might have been 3 or 4 at the time of the storyline. How do I know? Because we were there. Right? When you did work security or whatever you were doing, one storyline in particular, you were saying, you were there and the artist or whatever got into it and they got knocked out or whatever. That is the exact time when somebody gave you a chance to make a little bread because it was a favor for a favor, right? And then they got to find out that you were deep down inside in your heart, you were a sucker, right? You're soft from the inside out. You just got a lot of size and a lot of mouth, but you're soft from the inside out. If you're working for somebody and you're doing security and that person that you're doing security for gets injured, you did not do your job. So obviously something went wrong. You're soft. Say that. Secondly, well, I'm past second now. Where am I at now? Fourth. And I don't really like calling people's names, you know what I mean, and calling them out. But again, I say you're not old enough. I don't want to drag this out. You're not old enough for some of these stories. The last thing I'm going to mention. The other day I watched the interview with you and I was like, all right, this is how I know that you're a truly stupid human being. So now that somebody called you out on your BS and allow people to know that nobody really knows who you are, and that storyline is starting to fail, you go the other route and talk about, you're working with the feds, and that you be on the dark web, and you're looking at thousands of hours of PDF files and trying to see things in the background so that you could help identify these people. Let me tell you something. What you just did, you're not an officer of the law. What you just did was telling yourself and basically say that you committed a crime. Now, I know a police officer. I know him well. I know a few. And one in particular had a situation maybe a couple of years ago where he had to dive into some files of somebody who was caught with PDF files, and he had to go through all their information and all their electronics. And when he got almost to an hour in, he had to take a break and cried for hours at the sites that he'd seen. Right? And this is an officer who's seen it all. Murders, you know what I mean? Every kind of situation thing, and he couldn't handle what he was seeing on these devices that of this particular person, right? And now you're saying that you've watched thousands. I hope they lock you up, bro. See, what happens is a lot of you guys, younger guys, you just like to run and talk and try to grab on and hold on to these 15 minutes of fame and then throw yourself under the bus and don't realize how stupid you sound. Saying that you watch thousands of hours of PDF files on the dark web. You're not no federal agent. That is a crime. just in case you're not understanding or nobody else doesn't understand, if let's just say your teenage child, whether it be your child, your sibling, or whatever, and they're underage, and they send a nude photo to somebody, not only could the person who received the photo get into a problem, but the person who sent the photo could be convicted of child pornography. Just so you understand, that is a crime. And you to admit that you watched thousands of hours of PDF files, man, I hope they catch up to you. And the people who are giving you a platform to talk, there's one in particular that I really like the content that they put out. And the only thing I could think of is that they're just allowing you to hang yourself. Right? They're just allowing you to talk to hang yourself, because I believe that the people who run that particular content are smarter than what is being perceived, if that makes sense. But I ain't gonna drag it out. Cheeky Kathy is here. I just wanted to get that off, and I just hope that they lock you up pretty soon, and just let you know that I think you're a bold-faced liar and you're a sucker deep down in heart. And if you ever have a problem, I'm way too old to send threats, but at the end of the day, if you ever wanted to have a conversation about a conversation, I'm always open to it. All right? Got that off. You good?
Yeah.
I had to get that off. That dude's been driving me crazy.
I have no idea who this is.
I know.
But fuck you.
Yeah. Now, it's just this silly ass dude who claims he's been security to the celebs. And some of the storylines that he's been telling over time, like, the stories that he's telling, some of the stories are older than him by far.
He's a time traveler.
Right. So, like, how? And people been ignoring him and letting him just get away with talking. Nobody knows who this guy is. Oh. Now, he has some family that has security, that does security, but it seems like over time, it was just one of those things like, all right, like, he got the size and he's this dude's family, so, like, let him in and get some work. Anyway, fuck him. That's all that is.
This is for you.
Facts.
What was the other? I had a grievance. What was my grievance?
You did have one.
I don't know.
Too much silence. Is that can?
I was trying to remember. I really can't remember. But I gave up on being, as I was telling Andre earlier, I gave up berating men.
Did you really give it up, or you just
for Lent?
For Lent.
And first of all, I was partying, living my best life in Trinidad. Didn't know Easter came around. Okay. It's like,
yo,
what's happening?
Didn't it feel like Easter just snuck out of nowhere?
Out of nowhere. I was like, what's going on?
There was no build-up.
Nothing. I was like, oh. Like, people are like, oh, I'm fasting. I can't have fun. I'm like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
What's crazy is I knew Ramadan was on.
Right.
Am I Muslim? No.
Right.
I was like, oh, it's Ramadan. Eid is coming up. Love that.
Right.
I was like, oh, what are you fasting from? What are you talking about? And they're like, I don't fast for Eid. And they're like, no, it's Lent. I'm like, that's the thing. Forgot that. Yeah. So now I was like, oh, I should try to be nice.
Right.
To men.
How hard is it?
I just stopped talking. I just stopped talking.
So instead of ignoring you,
I
just not gonna say nothing.
It was if you have nothing nice to say, just. So I've been, but Easter's coming up.
Yo, this is my thing. Like,
so I can be mean again.
But hey, don't you remember the days like it used to be a build up? Like, what's the little candies that used to come out every Easter?
Peeps.
Peeps.
Oh my gosh, you're so Right.
There's no thing of Easter. Where's
Agreed.
the Easter egg commercials? What was it, Cadbury?
The problem is we're all subscribing to subscriptions.
Right.
There's no commercials or there's no
Well,
commercials like that. At least nobody knows what's going on. At least I don't know what's going on.
Everybody's just in.
I went to the dollar store specifically because my sister was like, "Oh, can you get me eggs and a basket?" I go in there, I'm like, "Shit, Peeps." Then again, this country is insane. Why is there Dr. Pepper Peeps?
Huh?
Tropical flavor Peeps. There I am looking for. Can I get number pink color, number 40 red dye Peeps? No.
We got a friend that's addicted to Peeps.
There's
he
a-
loves Peeps.
Dr. Pepper Peeps. And I'm like,
Dr. Pepper Peeps. I've never heard of that.
I just was like, this is why the obesity rate,
It
you know,
seems like
cancer
it's,
is through the roof.
well, yeah.
This is why. Why is this a thing?
But but even with the Peeps, right? Like you don't even see. Oh shit! I hit the camera. You don't even see like the promotion for Peeps anymore.
No.
You just happen to see them.
Yeah.
But there's no Easter buildup. I can't remember the last time I got dressed for Easter. Hey, it's Easter. Let's dress up and go out.
Do you guys do that over here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Well,
that's
we
nice.
used to.
Well, I mean,
That's the one time of the year that you can probably guarantee that you'll see somebody in church that you ain't seen in like 30 years.
That was me. So the last time I went to church was Palm Sunday
right.
for Palms because my mom was out of the country. She was like, "Hey, you need to go and get Palms for me." I was like, "Sure."
Right.
Went there. Specifically, I was like, I can't go and get the Palms and dip out.
Right. So you had to sit there.
Sit there, suffer. I'm like, all right, cool. So that was like 5 years ago.
Right. Yeah, I can't. My mom she'd be like, you need to find yourself. I would find yourself in church. I'd be like, you mean like Church Avenue? I'm on Church Avenue all the time. Church Street.
Oh no.
No, I can't do it. But there's no build up for holidays anymore. The only holidays that build up is Christmas, Thanksgiving, and Valentine's.
Literally, because it's commercial holidays.
Yeah, but I remember back in the day, Easter used to. Yo, you used to like 2 months in advance start looking for an outfit for Easter.
That's so cute. I don't think we do anything back home for Easter other than church and hot cross buns. Do you guys have hot cross buns?
What, in Barbados?
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
but you guys don't do that here.
not here, not. But I mean, Caribbean people would do it.
Yeah,
you
that's
hold
the
on
best
to a
part about
tradition.
Easter.
Yeah,
Hot cross buns.
Yeah.
I eat my weight in hot cross buns. You know how much I weigh? Hey, yo, this is why I go to the gym. Thank God.
there's no
Yeah,
build up for
I was just
anything
like,
anymore.
Literally, I was telling my friend when I was in the dollar store for these eggs.
Mhm.
I was like, I didn't even know Easter is so close. Like,
Yeah.
my sister's like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like,
Is it this weekend?
yes. Friday is Good Friday. And then Easter is Easter Sunday, Easter Monday.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
You know what that means?
No.
That means the Friday is my
Dang.
anniversary.
The 18th. Yeah, but it's crazy that I remember that. And you remember that because she was telling me. Because a movie is coming out on that day.
Damn
And I was
it.
like, oh, I need to see that. Love is lovely. This is a good segue for my next topic of conversation. Men are evil.
How? Well, you always say better.
No, that's not the topic. I had this topic. I posted to my friend to ask on her Instagram, but I'm going to ask you. Can you have like strictly sexual chemistry with somebody and like not view them as a person to be with? Like you just strictly have sexual chemistry and
Yeah,
that's that.
yeah.
You find that weird?
No, but I think it's easier for men than women.
What do you mean by that?
I think it's easier for men to view, to feel that way and be in that space than it is for women. I think,
Sometimes I just feel like I'm man, you know.
yeah, I think my opinion is sometimes like women try to be in that space and then something clicks along the line and they curve it. it turns. Why? What happened?
Nothing really, per se.
Tell the truth. You just want to jump off and.
I'm trying to remember because I took a screenshot. So my friend, she has this theory where she doesn't really, and I actually agree with her. Like there's people who believe that you have to get married and have children and all of that. Like you have to have a person.
Right.
So there's a screenshot from what she said. I just want a life partner to have fun with and plenty passion. Like humans are flawed and selfish. And I was like, big fucking mood. So she does not believe that she truly needs a traditional relationship to be happy in life. Like she feels like she could just do life with somebody and it doesn't have to be a partner in that traditional sense. Like it could just be a platonic friend and she's just going through life, enjoying life with this person.
Right.
And I was like, I never thought of that before until she brought it to my attention. And I was like,
well, I agree, but that only lasts but for so long. I think here's the thing. I think people like how to say it. I don't see anything wrong with that mindset. I think over time, but people take love the wrong way.
ooh,
Right.
this is a good segue into another thing that she brought up. Go ahead.
Right. I think people take love the wrong way. People think like, oh, you need love to be happy. And that's not what it is.
Agreed.
It's when you're in love, it's just you want somebody to be happy with you.
Fair.
You understand what I'm saying? I don't know if I got a GED, so I don't always say things the right way and I don't have the right words. But so you're not looking for love to be happy.
Right.
Right? You should be happy and then be in love.
Fair.
Right? And if in between that time you're not really looking for love, I don't see anything. Me personally, I've always said this. I've told every homegirl that I've ever had, like, yo, you only a hoe if they know.
I was called a hoe and I wasn't doing anything. Men was just like fascinated with me.
Yeah. But I'm not talking about that. But I'm just saying, like, the ones who are really deemed hoes is because you done told your homegirl.
True.
And your homegirl done told somebody. Or you done told a dude and a dude, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you just kept your mouth shut and nobody knew what your movement was,
You're right.
nobody would know. You only a hoe if somebody know.
True. Damn.
Right? You can, like, I know some female killers. And I'm not talking about like physical killers, like but I know some female killers like that take shit down. I ain't gonna say no, but I've been to spots and chick be like, yo, like go to the dude and I'm like, what's up with you? I'm like, and the dude be like, what? Like, what's up? What you drinking? And turn the tables. All right, so
I've never done that. Actually, I lie.
yeah, and turn the tables, and I know some killers take down 2-3 in a week on some raw, like, yo, like, what's happening? I got to get my shit off on some nigga shit. I'm like, God damn. And nobody knows because when you see them, they just, they present themselves, hey, what's up? But you would never know unless you were there.
Dang.
Some serious killer. But I think, but back to your point, I just think like people just look at like love wrong because people be like, oh, people say, oh, you need love to be happy. You need to be in love to be happy. No, you got to kind of like be in love with you and then be happy and then find somebody to enjoy that with you.
Yeah, I agree. Like I'm in a place now where I feel like I've probably said this on the last spot. I never, ever, I'm looking for a relationship. Ever. I just so happen to get into relationships unbeknownst to me. And I'm like, oh, that's what we're doing. So it's very weird. But like, when she brought it up, I was just like, that's such an interesting perspective, only because what's the word? What's the phrase? Like, as of right now, I get so much fulfillment from my girls and like just doing things on my own and experiencing life and doing all of that. Like I'm saying now that I feel very selfish over my time. I don't feel the need to bring someone to necessarily have to be like, oh, I have to consider what this person is gonna think, blah blah blah. And like I feel like because I've been single for so long, like the thought of that, like I'm like, like I cringe at the thought of having to have someone I have to consider. So my thing is always like, I don't mind somebody coming into my life to complement my life, but I am no longer compromising myself completely like I did in my last relationship.
Right.
It's a matter of, I'm a very busy person. Why do you have all this time to talk to me all day?
Right.
Go and find something to do.
Right.
And then like go and do stuff. Like in relationships, people tend to just merge. And I find that very weird. Like I am my own individual and you're your own individual. Like obviously we could do stuff together, but like
Right. You know, I said I talked about this on my last pod because it was a Bible scripture that people were always interpreting wrong. And quick synopsis of it was, you know how people say like, yo, I give, and I don't receive back,
yes.
right? The problem is you're really supposed to wait till your cup is overflowed.
Ooh.
Right.
I only learned that recently, by the way.
Right. Before you can start giving. Because it's kind of like, and I explained this in the last part, it's kind of like, you know, when you have a friend is out of gas. You're at half tank.
Right.
It's 10 miles to get to them.
Right.
Right? You now are nowhere near, you don't have a bottle, so you're giving them something out of your tank that they, right? And now, like, you have to get back. The problem is now for you to get back, you don't got enough gas to get all the way back. And they can't stop. And now you're going to be tight because you're like, yo,
Correct.
I gave you gas. The least you could do is go to the gas station, get me some gas so I can get back. And he was like, nah, I just got to get home. I got to work in the morning.
Crazy.
I don't have the time. And then you're like, oh, you're fucking selfish. What you should have did was just, hey, I can't do it.
Yeah.
My tank is not full. I can't do it.
That's the same, like I started saying this to myself because I am that person to give when I don't even have.
Right.
You know, when you're on a plane and they're like, you have to put your mask on before you're helping others. And like, I literally have to constantly tell myself that, like, bitch, you're going to be dead trying to help people.
Yeah.
Who don't give a fuck about you?
Yeah.
Like, and that's another thing that I talk about constantly. Like, you go out, like, referring to myself, go out of your way for people who, or like you are considering people on like a certain level.
Right.
And it's so heartbreaking when you realize that they don't consider you on that same level. And you're like, dang.
It feels fucked up inside.
Like,
Yeah.
why you gotta be normal?
Yeah.
You gotta be cool.
Because
be a
that's
dick.
their normal.
Which is crazy to me.
Yeah. That's the problem with woke people.
Oh my God.
With that whole woke shit, like how people say I'm woke.
Yeah.
That's never been a thing, you know that, right?
Yeah.
Like nobody ever said I'm woke. That shit came from, it would be people who saw you and be like, yo, oh, that person is woke. Nobody gave themselves that title. But when they're saying that, it just means like, yo, you're overflowed. Like, oh, I can see it. Like you got all the energy. But that's what it is, really, man. You just gotta. It's not selfish to love you.
See, that is like a really hard lesson, especially for me to have.
No,
like,
it's hard.
Still a process I'm trying to accept within myself.
Right.
I'm like, dang, bro. Meanwhile, I lecture my friends left and right.
Right.
You are a star, babe.
Right.
You deserve everything. I'm
Right.
on my knees. Meanwhile, I'm here like crying, like, Jesus Christ, nobody loves me.
No, it's the nose.
Yeah.
It's the nose. The nose is hard. People don't realize how hard it is to say no.
I say no to people always. No, I lie.
No, you don't. Not as much as you should.
I say no to people who I don't consider. If I consider you, I'm going, because in my world, this is normal behavior.
Right.
My friend who I love or my family member who I love,
Right.
hell yeah, you need a pint of blood? Cut my vein right now. This is yours.
Right.
Like, that's normal for me. Meanwhile, I'm like, hey, girl.
Meanwhile, you anemic like a motherfucker. You about to pass the fuck out.
I'm like, girl, I'm cold all the time. Like,
We good. Don't worry about it. I'll eat a cookie. I'm good.
stinks.
You all woozy.
Oh my god, it's hard. Like, it's hard. But I was telling my friend, like, I'm so grateful now for the community that I've built, because I was around people like that, and you don't even realize how these things drain you on like a back end level.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, I feel like shit all the time, blah blah blah, and you're like, I don't know why. Like, I'm doing all the things I'm supposed to do. Then you start looking around at your team, and you're like, your fuckers kind of bummy.
Yeah.
And you're like, you are draining me, like, on some Dracula shit.
Yeah.
Get the fuck away from me. So yeah. No, but that I'm working on the give from an overflowing perspective, not a half empty.
Yeah.
Situation.
A circle of 5 will keep you alive.
Right now it's like a line. It's me and my friend Saf.
Nah, you nah, because you.
I got mom and dad. I got the girls.
Well, that's what I'm saying. A circle of 5. Count them. They're probably 6 tops.
It's probably like 10 if I group everybody together.
No,
Yeah, because the girls is like 7.
it's not 7 of y'all.
I think so.
No, it's not.
Okay, fair. Okay, fair. I know what you're trying to say.
Yeah,
But yeah.
because you have your girls, but
Yeah, but then the girls, there's the girls.
right.
So yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, circle of 5 will keep you alive.
Piggybacking off of this, there was this other guy, I just sent you his pod. He does a podcast in Jamaica, and he was talking about everybody wants community, but nobody wants to be I can't remember the word he used, but essentially nobody wants to be the villager. That's what he said. And I was like, you know what? This is such a beautiful way of saying this, because really and truly, like, people don't realize that any relationship you have, be it platonic or whatever, if it's a relationship that you value, you are going to be inconvenienced. You cannot have it all.
Right.
In my world, this is part of fostering and like having that relationship. Like, you are going to have inconvenience. Your friend is going to piss you off.
Yeah.
Your wife is going to piss you off.
Yeah.
Like, this is, love my mother to death.
Right.
That woman is my biggest up. Like, and I have her tattooed on me. She is my biggest up.
She means op, not up.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
But yeah. It's just,
Yeah.
but like, I really, like, now that I'm woke, I cannot stand transactional relationships. That is not something I could have around me at all. I realize, because I don't operate like that. And when I have to deal with people like that, like, obviously I can't avoid it, because
Yeah.
you know, I have to deal with people in the world. But I'm like, ew.
Yeah.
Do you really, like, I just feel like living like this is so sad. Like, I kind of just pity people who operate like that.
Yeah.
Like, you don't really have real, genuine, authentic relationships, because you view everything in such a, I'm giving 10. You
Right.
have to also give me back 10. Like,
Right.
bitch, I don't have fucking 10.
Right.
I have 5.
Right.
That's my 10.
Yeah. But that goes all the way back to you being in overflow.
True. That's what I say. It's like piggybacking.
Yeah, it goes back to overflow, because like, you know, you've heard these terms before. Oh, I need a 50-50. Nah, man.
If I could take my eyes out of my head and roll it on the floor,
It don't be.
that conversation,
Yeah.
who the fuck, whoever created that, I need to fight them.
Yeah.
Like, if you fucking broke, just say that.
Right.
You broke in all aspects of your life.
Right.
Spirit, money, everything.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Just say it.
just say it.
It's
Just say,
easy.
I need somebody to support me because I am broke.
Right.
And I'd be like, word,
Yeah.
at least you're keeping it real.
Yeah.
But like, what do you bring to the table? A Glock. Shut the fuck up. Like, I can't. That conversation irritates me to no end.
Yeah, like it's yeah, I never agree with that, man, because there's days that, like, I'll be honest with you, there's days that I be at a 10.
Correct.
And I come in and I'm like, yo, I ain't got it, man.
Correct.
And everybody can see it on my face some way, somehow. And I'm like, yo, okay, you're not in a good space. And then I'll watch and see people around me try to adjust and, okay, he ain't got it today.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
That's how it has
Okay.
to be. Like, that's how I think relationships,
Yeah.
especially romantic ones at least,
Yeah.
have to be like, your partner's not gonna have 50% every day.
Not impossible.
Like, be so for real.
And I think that's another problem. People that look for relationships, you're never going to find it. You can't look for it. Because when people, this is the problem. When people look for relationships, and I know this is going to sound crazy. When people look for relationships, they automatically look for all the bad shit first. Right? Because they look for, all right, what's not going to work? And then they see the things that's not going to work and bypass, hey, this 80% of shit that could have worked.
Yeah.
But what the hell is that?
It's me and the can. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
there's 80% of shit that could have worked,
Yeah.
but you bypassed it because you were looking at all the negative shit. I'm at the point now, I'm at the age now, I don't even like negative conversations.
That's mean.
Like if we're talking, right, and people would tell you this, if we're talking and we're talking about like life situations, and you start downing yourself during the conversation, I'm going to either check you right there or I'm going to back out of the conversation. I don't want to have nothing negative.
It's like the same thing I was talking about in the what I was talking about before. Shit.
That Jack will do it to you every time.
I just had it. We'll circle back.
Take a sip.
No, we're not even gonna circle back because I'm probably not gonna remember.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna remember. It's gone.
It's not gone.
Like it's right there. Shut up. That's birds. Is that crickets? Goddamn.
Listen, but all that to say is,
I have it now.
there you go. I told you. The
The
birds.
lack of trying. Mm-hmm. You are already doubting yourself from the jump.
Right.
You are not even like I had an interview last week, and the person was I can't remember the question they asked, but how would I deal with rejection? And I was just like, tell me a moment where you had to overcome rejection or something. Like, how did I make? And I was just like, honestly, I don't have an instance where I was like super down and out, like,
Right.
and I sunk in that bit. In my mind, rejection is a part of life.
Right.
Every sort of rejection I have ever received, I literally didn't even think of it as rejection. I literally was like, all right, how am I gonna adapt and move
Forward.
out? Basically, because like, what am I gonna do? Like, just
Right.
sit here?
Right.
And where's that getting me?
Right.
So I was just like, I don't have an answer for that question. Like, I always view everything and that is what I've realized is I didn't even realize I am a very optimistic person by nature. Mm-hmm. I be making dark as hell jokes, and I was like, "Are you okay?" I'm not, but it's gonna work out. Duh. So by nature, I'm a very optimistic person,
Right.
and I have no idea where I developed that from. It
Right.
just happened. And I was telling again, Saf, I was just like, I don't know if it's that I faced so much adversity in my life that I had no choice but to adapt
I was going to tell you that.
under any circumstances. So
Right.
now I'm just like, okay, this didn't work out. Where do we
Next
move from
move.
here?
Yeah,
Basically,
yeah.
Like, I'm just like, so when people are like, oh my God, this didn't happen for me. I'm like, meanwhile, I would freak out.
Right.
I would freak out. Give me 5 minutes. I'm going to have a meltdown.
Right.
Then I'm like, all right, cool. That's done.
Right.
What are we doing now?
Right.
But I guess people who like sink, like your girl, sink. And I'm just like, when are you going to?
Because they didn't have any
That's true.
experiences.
Which is crazy.
No experiences and nobody to see.
Ew.
But that's what I was telling you was the problem. Because you were the line of like, oh, that's how you handle it. That's how you do it. So I'm going to emulate everything. And that's how it turned into,
Guys, I was living a real life horror movie and I didn't even realize.
Yeah. What was the name of the movie? What did I tell you to watch?
White girl. Another. No. Oh my gosh, I have it on my list. I could tell you. It's white girl something.
No, not White Girl.
Not white girl, but it's white something.
What the fuck was the name? Not roommate. Yeah.
Single white female.
Single white female. That's what it is.
Yeah. I was
that-
watching that movie, guys.
Yeah.
Literally was like, is this fucking play about me?
Yeah.
Like, I was terrified.
Yeah.
I literally was like, oh my God, this is my life.
Yeah. It's a freaky thing. But crazy enough, I had a similar situation and knew of it.
Really?
Yeah, knew of it and just bypassed it and was like, oh, it's all good. But then it like went completely south and I was like, wait, hold on, no, I gotta back out of this because it's getting dangerously. Yeah. It's getting dangerous because they start to turn on you.
Yes.
And then it's like, okay,
So
it went from pleasant to
so I'm gonna end up in a Lifetime movie.
yeah.
I have this thing where, because in my last relationship, like, I think that he was, his happiness directly was linked to me.
Mm-hmm.
So if something was wrong or whatever, like, do this down and out. Like, it's crazy. And I'm like, you can't put your happiness in somebody else. That's fucking weird as shit. Like, do you know how insane it is? And they don't even understand, like, on the reverse side, I can't ever be like, hey, well, what you did upsetted me.
Right.
Because now it's like, the sky's falling.
Right, they can't perceive it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like, I am going to go into the big sad.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
Get the
no, I
razor.
just need you to, literally, I just need you to do something else. Like,
Right.
why are we here?
Right.
Why are we in pits of despair?
Yeah.
Like, it's scary. And I don't like that. Like, I used to do social media. I used to take social media seriously ages ago. Mm-hmm. And I do not like when people follow me. As in, how I look, how I dress, like, stuff like, but that is influencing, right?
Right.
And that has been going on since I was like a teen.
Right.
Because I've always been me. Like, I like weird shit. I dress however I want to dress. Like, this is me.
Right.
So instead of people, which pisses me off, instead of people being like, oh my gosh, she's so authentically herself. Let me be authentically myself. No. I want to be like her.
Right.
What?
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't like that. So then I came off social media because that shit was starting to scare me. But like, I was talking to my other friend and it's almost like you are the blueprint, but they don't like to acknowledge that you are the blueprint. So there's a point in time I had dyed my hair, I kid you not, gray. So I went icy blonde. And then in order to get back healthy hair, I was just going through all the colors of the rainbow.
Right.
So there's a period like icy blonde, gray. From there, I went to red. In my red phase, I'm talking like fire engine red.
Yeah.
Living my best life. I was like, oh, love red hair, Kathy.
Right.
Everybody is like, red hair, red hair, red hair. And I'm like, y'all ain't gonna see. You're not gonna say who influenced you. Yeah.
No.
I was like, all right, cool. Whatever. Then I did burnt orange. Burnt orange. I'm like, guys, it's okay. But yeah, then I came off social media because I was like, this shit is fucking weird.
But that's signs of a leader, though.
Correct. And funny
it takes a while to figure it out, though.
Like, I know this about myself. I have no issues being a leader, but like, I don't like when people follow me. Because in my mind, leadership is always, I am still very much part of the team. Like, I am there side by side with you. I take leadership from the point of, okay, look to me for guidance, sure, but I am not gonna come in and be like, this is what we had to do, and you just had to be all on, right, be all and end all. I am very much on the collaborative approach. This is the end goal, guys. What do you guys think? You know?
Right.
And then I'd be like, all right, cool. Take whatever into consideration and be like, this is what we actually need to.
It don't work like that.
I know it sucks. I need to build my own
It don't work
team.
like, because you have to remember there's people that really just don't know.
That's true. And that's fine. But like, in my.
See that, but that's the problem. You see, because you're in your mind, you're like, that's how it should work. But that's what makes you the leader.
Right. But like, when I build my super cool entrepreneurship business of my own, I'm not going to have a team of losers. Granted, losers are in every single space.
Right.
We can't get rid of that.
No. You need losers.
Basically. So you could just be like, all right, cool. Well, that's not what to fucking do. But for me, I like to surround myself with people, you know,
Right.
who make emotion. Like, I can't be around.
Well, but you're right. So there's a difference between your circle and then the people you influence. The people you influence cannot be part of your circle.
Obviously not. Like, that would never work.
Right. So there's a reason. There's a reason. Like, think of it like politics. There's a reason leaders get together and have conversations and then talk about what they're gonna do with the others. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. Because you have the ability to look at both sides. Okay, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
This is what you're doing. You know what I mean? Take a little bit of this. You're seeing it from both sides. There's people out there who physically cannot see any other side, but is this what you're doing? Okay. You write like this. Let me write just like that.
I just find that, and for some reason, that really, really irks me.
Yeah.
Like, okay, cool if that's your shtick or whatever, but like, don't do it to me. Like, don't.
You can't be a leader and have both.
Yes, I can.
You can't.
I'm going to. And then I'm going to come on the pod and be like, well, Andre.
And I'm gonna be
Well,
like, I
that
don't know.
person.
I don't know who you're talking to because nobody here his name Andre. His name is Reds. All right. So,
But yeah, like, I don't know. I'm trying to get over that though.
listen, nah, but with leadership, there's what's the word I'm looking for? It's not just the skill, but there's certain things you have to throw by the wayside and just accept. There's an acceptance that you have to have, right? And you have to really, really, really pay attention that there's people that just can't. Me and my boy was having a conversation a while back, like months ago, and he was talking to somebody else, and somebody explained to him, and the guy was, like super smart. And the guy told him, I was like, yo, you know that whole thing about telling your kids, oh, you could be president and all this other shit. And he was like, yo, there's just some people that just fucking can't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then when you start diving into it, you're like, yo, really and truly, there's people that just cannot. No matter how much you tell them, I can't do it. It's like trying to teach somebody the Running Man. You know what I mean? Like,
I can't.
you can't do. Don't tell me you can't do the Running Man. You could do the Running Man.
No.
You could do the Running Man.
No. Listen to me. My niece yells at me when we have to do TikToks.
Oh my God.
Like, I'm in like a drill, like she's a drill sergeant. And 1, 2, 3, and I'm like, release me. Release me. this is too much. But yeah.
Yeah, there's just some people that just can't. And so you have to take that into consideration. Then you're Trini with no rhythm.
No, I have rhythm.
Oh, okay. You just can't do the.
I'm just not a dancer in that way.
Get you.
Yeah.
You. Right.
Like I'll just be like, and 1, 2, 3, and why are we doing this?
Can we just bypass it? Can we get a little? I want to talk about the shit that I had to go through because of the last pod.
What did you have to go through?
So, pod came out. Everything was cool. You know what I mean? And I don't know what happened because the first couple of days, you know what I mean? Numbers was okay or whatever. And then all of a sudden I got, yo, son. Yo, what's up with that chick that was on your pod, son? I was like, oh, yeah. She Kathy. I was like, yo, the pod was dope, right? Yo, dope vibe, son. Dope vibe. Yo, but what's up with that chick, son? Where she at? What she do? Well, she there, man. You can always go on her gram. I saw her gram. You saw her gram. Okay. Yo, you seen her story? Nah.
I want to know what day this was. Honestly, I was living my best life for like 3 weeks.
2 people in one day showed me the same shit.
What was it?
You were in Trinidad.
Right.
So to me, honestly, I don't know because I don't know when you left or came back.
Okay.
So all I know is it was in your stories and you were at Carnival. So I don't know if you did it like live or whatever.
I
but
didn't
it
do
was
it live. I had like snippets. Like
yeah, but I don't know if you were still there.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
That's what I mean when I say like I don't know if you were still there or you were back and then posted. Yeah, because I do shit like that. Like I pop out somewhere and when I'm back home is when I post it. Like and they be like, yo, son, you in town? Nah, son. That was yesterday. Right? So I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. So you were actively. There was a shot where you actively were on. On the march, doing your thing.
Right.
I saw that. And then there was pictures. And I was like, okay, all right. Yeah.
No, I thought I was doing something crazy. Because there was a lot. Like, literally, I was posted every single day. Because I went out for like a week straight.
But here's the thing. I didn't have you on my personal page. I have you on my thing. So I wasn't seeing them. Oh, my God. Yo, son, so what's up, man? Bro, just hit her up.
Please send me money. Your girl is down bad and money makes me really happy. If you want to make me smile, send me some cash. Thank you.
And I told him, I was like, hey, listen, I'm going to tell you now, don't fuck around and send that woman no dick pics.
No, I will embarrass you. I'm not even kidding.
I was like,
I will embarrass you.
I was like, if you didn't watch the whole pod, that was the joke on it. Don't seriously go and send that woman no fucking dick pics. Because she's gonna do something awful and then I'm gonna see it.
Yeah.
And then I gotta be like, damn, dog, really? Baby oil, really?
Just so you guys know, I'm studying IT. So I will embarrass you on a very deep level.
With the IP address and everything?
Everything.
Golly.
I will embarrass you.
But it was...
Send me money still, though.
It was so annoying. I was like, yo, what the fuck is Kathy doing, man?
Living life. I was enjoying myself.
But from what I did, because then I went to the page and I was like, oh, she must be having a blast. I still didn't know if you were back or not.
I have no idea when this was, so... But guys, if you're making money, hit my line. If you're not, stay away. I don't do 50-50.
Well, you just said, come on.
I don't know. I'm just making sure. I'm not into 50-50.
You just said.
I'm very into intelligence.
Yeah, but don't say the 50-50 because you just say, yo, you can't have 50-50 all the time.
Correct. So I'm not into that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not into that.
Okay.
What else?
Put it all out there.
You have to work out. But you don't really have to work. You have to be into some level of
some kind of
wellness.
Right, wellness.
Yeah.
Vegan? Can he be vegan?
vegan people kind of stress me out.
Oh, why?
I don't know. Why are we calling carrots bacon? Like, bro, you're eating fucking glazed carrots. What are you talking about? Like, I think that is what pisses me off most about vegan people. Like, making chicken. Eat the fucking chicken then. Like, bro,
You're making the cauliflower.
You are making dumpling and frying it.
Right.
And it's like, this tastes just like fried. No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
It does not. It doesn't.
The
Yo,
level of gaslighting that vegans do.
what did I had one time? I was with my boy. We were in the city. I tried a vegan meal. It was what the fuck was it? And it was almost like fufu. You know the Nigerian fufu?
I never had it though.
Right. But it wasn't. It was like some kind of God damn, what is I don't want to say mold because that's what the fuck it tasted like. Yo. So it was like fufu consistency, like, but the taste of it was like, this is mold. It tastes like mold. I can't do this. And we was in the city. I was like, nah, son, I'm good. I'm gonna pay for the meal. I looked at the waitress. I was like, listen, I'm gonna pay for it, but I'm not eating none of this. This I can't get past this thing, right? What the fuck is the name of it?
I've never gone out of my way to try a vegan meal. I'm actually so good.
What I do want to, there's some things that I do want to try, but I don't want to be vegan. I just want to implement it into my meal because I have a plan after this week that by a certain time in the summer, I need to be down 40 pounds.
Why 40? That's a lot.
You know how much I weigh?
No,
How much you think I weigh?
like 250.
Close. You gave me an extra 10.
Okay.
So I'm like 240.
You know, like I only recently had to like kind of realize, because I realized I don't look my weight either.
Mm-hmm.
And people are always like, you weigh so much. And I'm like, you think this is a lot? Like,
I don't think you're a lot, but you're solid though.
yeah, but like, I don't know.
Like, you look.
Do I look big and strong?
No. But you look Caribbean wise, you know, we would say, yo, you look strong.
Yeah.
But, you know, American eyes be like, I don't know how they
perceive me.
I don't know. Like,
I have no idea.
yeah, because I tell people like, yo, like I say it to you, like I want to drop 40, and they were like, oh, well, I like snuggleberries. And I'm like, no, the fuck. No. I wanna take some of this shit down. This shit hurting my fucking knees. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
Damn, I want to tell you that offline story so bad. I want to tell the people the offline story so bad, but
I get your ass beat. And I just gonna be like,
but this is a good
I support women's rights and wrongs, so I have nothing to say.
I can say this though. Women of today, well, not even of today. That's different because she's not a woman of today. She's an old school, right? That just don't give a fuck.
You know, I personally don't, and I'm a very blunt person.
Right.
A very direct person, I should say. I'm not blunt. Very direct person. I really don't like lack of tact.
Right.
And I find I was tactless. Like,
Yeah.
as a woman, you need to have some kind of class and grace with your shots. Like, just pack it up.
And it was the way they went about it was like, all right, listen.
Like, I would clutch my pearls. Ew. Get away from me.
Because it felt like, yo, you do this all the time.
Yeah, like
This don't feel special.
Clearly works for you, babe.
Yeah, this is your thing, right? Now, mind you, I told you I have friends who are killers,
God damn.
right? But even the killers have some couth.
That's what I'm saying.
There was
like,
no couth in the back and forth. I was like, and it wasn't really back and forth. Let me not say like it was back and forth.
It was just forth.
It was just all forth. Like, you know what I mean? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Forward motion all the straight. Like, golly. Like, cool out. Like, we here, we good, man. Chill out.
I don't know. That's another thing I was talking about. Like, men don't, like, I don't say men only, but like people on the whole don't have game anymore.
Game is missing.
Yeah. It's very sad. It's like a lost art or some shit.
No, it is. You know, yo, listen. And I talk about so much. This is why I need. This is the thing. I'm for the people. If you do this with me on a regular, I'm gonna repeat a lot of shit that I've said on previous pods. Now that I can have the back and forth, because people would probably listen to me now, right? I told the story of a dude. I watched a dude in Walmart. That he was walking through the aisle. 2 chicks were there together. Walking through the aisle, I saw the chick look at him and be like do that kind of look. And I was like, oh, homeboy got it.
Yeah.
Right? The dude, first thing out his mouth, yo, what up, ma? Okay, let that pass. It's new age, whatever, right? Yo, what's your gram? Was his second words. She did this. And me on the inside was like, oh,
Goddamn.
God, you ain't ask her name, you ain't say hello.
Nothing. What about hi? How are you?
Hey, what's good? You know what I mean? Nothing.
Cut the show. Take me out.
So now he's going back and forth, yo, just give me your grandma, and he's pulling up his shit, and then, you know, he goes into the search to get her shit, and she's giving it to him. But you can tell on her face because she's doing the side faces.
Yeah, so she don't get murdered.
Yeah, she's doing the side faces like this ain't going on. He gonna stay in my
Literally, he's gonna be talking to himself in her DMs.
I was like, what the fuck?
It's sad.
I feel sorry for the new age chicks.
Not only that, like you would, as a woman, you would set up the perfect shot for a man.
Right, and he finds a way.
Like,
yo,
me,
and I'm gonna get my boy on. I'm gonna get my boy on this pod.
Which one?
His name is Josiah.
Oh,
yeah. He and what's crazy, I got another LA homie, and the two of them remind me of each other. Like LA dudes just got like a bop to them that I
don't know. I've never met people from LA.
Yeah, they just got a bop and a smoothness to. It's not like not. I don't want. Well, it's a smooth.
You know what we should do? You should bring people on here and they should try to impress me. Wouldn't that be fun?
No, it would be fun, but it'd be only fun to us. Because here's what the problem would be. Here what the problem. Because we have so much inside shit.
That's true. Like I'll just
the shit like, we met, and then I'll see your face, and I'm like, and then in my dark humor, I'm gonna say some stupid shit, and it's gonna go south.
I feel like that would be so funny.
But you want to do a find a date?
Yeah, so I had this idea where I was like, I had a bunch of friends because clearly I just be befriending people. Bunch of friends, they're all male. They are like struggling to find love in a hopeless place, clearly. And I was like, oh my God, you know what I could do? Because one, I'm not interested in a relationship. I was like, I am going to go on dates with people. And I'm going to give them like a review or like a star rating. They get my stamp of approval. And you know my stamp of approval would be like a fucking Michelin star. You have to work for that shit.
Right.
And then, you know, you go out into the world.
With your tips and tricks.
Not really tips and tricks, but I'm like, this guy's is, you know, he's decent.
Yeah.
And then the girls would be like, okay, cool. You know? I had that fun idea.
That's super dope.
Right?
I think so. Let's put it together. Right here, right now.
Where am I?
Stamp it.
Where am I? If any of all the fuckers take this idea, I'm coming for you. I want you to know that. This shit is copyrighted, by the way.
Are we gonna do it by the end of this and write
Like-
it down and send it right in? I got my laptop open.
Like
Put it
I
in patent shit right now.
literally was like, this is gonna be such a fun idea. Only because like I had this one particular friend. He went to like, I kid you not, probably like a streak of 5 dates with different women who just was, it was bad. And I was like, oh babe.
Yo, I just finished telling my boy the other day because he was like, "Yo, man, I feel like I want to settle down and blah blah blah." Right?
Love is so lovely.
Well, if women would take this wrong, and they'll find a way to take this, what I'm going to say, it wrong,
Me being a man again.
right? But men rarely end up with their type.
Oh my God, this is, okay. This is what Saf was saying. And I was like, oh my gosh,
Right?
this guy was talking about it.
Yeah, men rarely end up with their type. Men end up with what works. Remember how we was talking the last part about
See,
strawberries?
I would hate this.
What?
I would hate, like, I don't think I am a settled person.
It's not settling.
Is it though?
It's not settling. Because your type is what you like. But
Physically.
right, but what you really need, there's a difference between what you like and what you need.
But why what you like can be what you need.
They're not the same thing. All right, put it like this. You would love a mansion and big with
Not really, you know.
No, I'm just
Okay.
saying in general. A mansion. You know, people be like, oh, I want a mansion, all
Yeah.
these bedrooms and an invisible pool and blah, 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 right? And, you know, with the invisible edge pool and all this other thing. And then you get in there and you're like, this is way too much house. I didn't need this much house.
Yeah.
Right? I would have been good with a nice 3 bedrooms that my mom can visit,
Right.
right? Because who the fuck is going to clean all this shit?
Yeah.
Right? They take the other parts, the little small things. Hey, who's cleaning this shit?
Yeah.
Who's maintaining the outside?
Yeah.
Right?
Mowing this lawn.
Right? And if you pay attention to the millionaires being fucking condos.
That's true.
The multi-millionaires being like condos. Like, oh, fuck it. Let somebody else do the maintenance.
Yeah.
I just want to put my garbage outside.
Literally. That's a theory, you know,
What?
that rich people can afford to rent.
Mhm.
Because really, actually, renting is like essentially throwing money away.
It's expensive, but
Yeah.
it's a
It's very freeing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for even the people that buy though, that have their own, sometimes you buy with your eyes. Just like food, you're hungry,
Yeah, boy.
you order a large. You know good and goddamn well you can't handle it. You're not gonna eat all that large. You're not gonna eat that whole thing. And here's the thing, you're different. But your name is Hoggarts. You're Hoggarts on the low, but. Most people will order a bunch of food because with their eyes, and then know good and well that they don't eat leftovers. So now the leftovers are there the next day,
Dang.
and then now it's 3 days in, and now you threw out the food because it's like I ain't eating this, right? Waste of bread. You just really wanted the initial taste,
Yeah.
but that's what it is. It's just people, you know what I mean?
So she was like,
Is this the second version?
oh shit, who's coming to church at this time?
You see what I'm saying?
Anyway,
Mm.
she was essentially saying that it's actually something from Twitter, where it's like somebody said they can't date their type because they'd be an absolute idiot in the relationship. So like, let's just say their type is an IG baddie or whatever. Obviously, IG baddies, you had a
Right.
imagine you now up and coming, you trying to make life happen for yourself, and you dating your type who's an IG baddie, and you just giving all your dust
Right.
to this IG baddie.
Right.
Like, how is that gonna work? How is that working out long
Right.
term?
Right.
So that was her version of it. I was like, oh my gosh,
I think
Dad
I
did
was.
say something about this.
Yeah, I think I was lucky that I had so much wild experiences, like really young, because I was able to figure out, and all my guy friends
Yeah.
when I was young were like grown men.
Yeah. That's me.
So it was like figuring out, oh, you know what? Simplify like what you really like, and what is the biggest thing you like to do. What is what means the most to me, right? And I was like laughing.
Yeah.
I love to laugh, and people, when I say that to people be like, but no, I really,
This shit is serious.
yeah, I really love to laugh.
Yeah.
If I can laugh 70% of the day, that is an amazing day for me.
Yeah.
And then if I have somebody to laugh with, I'm good money. So anything extra after laughing, everything is a plus after that. You get what I'm saying?
I can't remember if I talked about this on the last pod, but like my last relationship made me realize that I actually have to make a decision about the type of person I would want in my life.
Right.
Because like I said before, I never really
Right.
go out looking for a relationship. So it was never, this is the kind of person that I want. And this was like, it really was just like, oh, we're here for fun, and then now I'm in a relationship.
Right.
And I'm like, I don't know, you're kind of lame. Like, I don't know. I don't know if this is going to work.
Right.
But yeah. So like, no, I think I have a rough idea.
But you gotta, and that's why the overfill comes back again.
Yeah.
Because you gotta figure out what do you really like the most? What makes you happy by yourself?
Me, I'm a blast.
No, but
Like, I have a time. I have the time. That's my problem. Like I have the time of my life by myself.
right. But what?
I can do anything.
What?
Anything. My thing is, I also like to laugh. You know this.
Right.
I'm the biggest clown on this planet.
Right.
Love to laugh. Love to eat.
All right. So
I am a very
Okay.
adventurous person.
stop there. Right. That last,
Love to laugh. Love to eat.
no, the last dude,
Right.
the one I met,
Right.
was not funny.
Right. But like,
You understand what I'm saying?
but right. But this comes down to me saying that I never really.
Put it together.
Right, because I never thought about the
Right.
kind of person that I would want to be with.
Right.
Because it never was a priority for me.
Yeah, it's just so it just boils down to you just gotta find like, all right, listen, what?
But I'm, you know what it was? And I was telling this to my friend. When you have a personality like mine, it's very like you kind of just overshadow people who also don't have a very big personality. So I end up there and I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm having the time of my life. This is great, blah, blah, blah. But like in the moment, you don't realize that is you are enjoying the situation because you are a good time. Like you
Right.
have a good time wherever you go.
Right.
Only to like you kind of remove yourself and you're like, you don't really,
Boring.
yeah, like you don't really kind of,
Right.
this is all me.
Right.
And you're like,
I told you before, you probably gonna end up. I guarantee that you're gonna end up with an older guy.
oh, I might just be single, traveling the world.
No. That's not gonna happen. I guarantee you're gonna end up with an older guy because.
I hear the young people as well. I know.
But here's the thing: you need somebody with experience. Here's why: you've seen too much, you've done too much, right?
Why?
So the younger ones, you're gonna always feel like you're training them.
Which might work out in my favor.
No, it wouldn't. It'll annoy the shit out of you.
Why does everybody say that?
Yeah.
You're not the first person to say that to me. Like,
Yeah.
I just be like, you know,
No, it would
I
annoy.
like literally my other friend is like, you would hate that. What are you talking? Like he's literally like, why do you act like you don't know yourself? I'm like,
Yeah, like
shut up.
Yeah.
Can I gaslight myself a little bit?
yeah, no, that would annoy you. I can see it already. It was like, yo, I'm raising a child.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't work. You need somebody that kind of lived life a little bit, and this is what I see for you. I see somebody who lived life a little bit, or a lot of bit, and now is on the slope back. Like, yo, I want to cool out. Right?
You want me? Who was like a whore and like now retired?
No, not just. Golly, man, Jesus Christ, no. Not just a whore. I said life. Life is not just about whoring. No, I'm just saying he lived. He did a lot. He's seen a lot. Been through a lot. Whatever. You know what I mean? Not even. Don't have to be a lot, but just he's seen enough.
Right.
And now he's on some like, yo, I just want to cool out a little bit. But he has enough understanding to understand your energy. Like,
See, I don't think I'm a cool person. As in, like, I'm not chill.
you are.
Am I?
Yo, man, you gonna frustrate me.
I'm really not. Like, I seriously, like, you don't talk to me every single moment of every day.
I don't
am
have to.
losing my mind every single moment of every day, you know.
I don't. I be
Like,
seeing
I
it
talk
on
to
here.
you and I'm like, hey,
Yeah, but I be
so
reading
can we
it.
do this?
I be reading it on your face, and I'm like, this shit. Like the conversation we had about the job situation. I was like, I'm gonna play this out and let her play this out. And I'm gonna just give her my little bit of point, and
Whatever.
she'll get it. And before, within 15 minutes, it's like, what I was thinking. I was like, there you go. Because you knew that move was way too drastic.
I knew that, but I was just like, oh, new adventurous thing. Cool, I can do that.
No, anybody can, but will it work? No.
Whatever.
Man, listen.
Anyway,
The point of
the
it
guy
is-
who has been a whore and is now retired.
Why it gotta be a whore? But fine, if you want to be a, yeah,
I don't know if I could be with a retired whore.
yes you could.
I don't know.
Yes you could.
Because in my mind, you would still want to whore because that's all you know.
Nah,
Birds of a feather, etc., etc.
no.
Anyway, looking for retired whores. Hit my line. Don't
Yo.
hit my line.
No,
Not gonna work.
you done fucked up. All they heard was hit my line.
It's not going to work.
You gotta have niggas on their
I'm
computers on
actually
Instagram.
on a social media break.
Yeah.
I'm trying to lock back in.
Oh, okay.
Like, I'm all over the place.
What TikTok and
TikTok is just being weird. Instagram, I'm on there, but like, I'm just talking to people I like, as in like the homies.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was hoping our people will come through because we had an interesting conversation.
Who?
I'm changing the topic completely.
Who?
I don't want to say the name because they're not here, but our non-melanated friend. Yeah, no.
She has hair like mine.
No. Oh, well, I gotta wait another 3 weeks for them to show up.
Oh yeah.
Not that. But the one I mentioned about the LGBT.
Oh,
Yeah.
she was coming today.
Yeah, but she hit while we were here. It was like she already had a day out and was tired or whatever. So we'll probably just do a one-on-one. I was hoping both of y'all would be here to knock this out. I'm gonna hold you to something
Sure.
right here on camera on live. Right? You gonna do this more often?
I'm gonna try. You know, every time I'm free, the church people are here. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, why is that, man? It's Saturday.
That's church day, apparently.
The last time it was a Sunday.
Was it? Or was
Yeah.
it also Saturday?
No, it was a Sunday because you went and you said that crazy shit to me. I was ready to pull my gun. I was like, "What the fuck?"
No, that was a Saturday too.
That was a Saturday.
Yeah, I don't think the girl would tattoo on a Sunday. She probably have off. So I think it was a Saturday.
Is she really good?
I love her. She's such a gem.
I want to get a portrait on my back.
I don't know if she does that.
Oh, she does.
But there's probably other people in the studio that would do that.
Yeah, I wanna
She's
get
very
some
into
cra-
like anime and like florals and thing.
But yeah, man, I can't even get it. But she said something
Wait, what are you holding me to?
to showing up.
Oh,
I'm
I
sucking
know
teeth.
something fun.
Yeah, that's it. That's fun. Show up. Let's do these numbers. Think about it. If when this takes off,
Period.
then you ain't gotta go nowhere.
I'm not staying here.
This is gonna shut up. This is gonna to
Shayla.
offset. You know what I mean? And then you be like, yo, I'm caked up now, so well, we good.
I mean, I am caked up.
Idiot.
Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna try though.
Situation awareness. That was one of your points that you had in the crib with the locker room. Now listen. Look at me.
Tell this story.
Look at me
I'm not
first.
gonna say.
Look at me first. You don't have to say.
I'm not going to, but I'm gonna say this story.
Right.
There I was in the gym, guys. Mind you, I go to the gym very early. I go to the gym at like 5:30 latest a.m. Okay, get my workouts in. Endorphins are pumping. Start my day right. Period. It's been a rough week. It's been a rough month for your girl. I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
I'm in the gym. I'm half-assed and shit. I'm like, oh, this what hard on myself. All right, cool, whatever. So then I'm like, whatever, cool. Go into the locker room to change, to get ready to go to work. There's a bench. There's a bench here. Lockers. There's like 3 rows of lockers. I am in the last row. So my bag is here. All I did was turn to go to my actual locker, which was like here. Can people see me with these hand motions?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Here to get something to turn back. In that 30-second turn, 2 baby girls come in. They passed 2 rows of lockers. There's lockers behind me. Lockers everywhere. They decide, you know what? Meanwhile, mind you, I'm getting ready for work. So I am half naked. This is now 6:30 or 7 a.m.
Right.
Let's keep that in mind. So I'm doing that. I'm turn. In that time that I turn to get something from my locker, they come and they decide they're going to use the locker that is 2 lockers away from mine. So my bag is here. They're now using the locker that's right here. My locker is here.
Right.
And I'm standing there, half naked, waiting for them to be done. So I can go back to my bag that's on the bench, finish getting ready.
Right.
But it wasn't like a quick, shit, let me just throw my bag in there. Press. No. These fuckers decide they're going to stand up and have a conversation at 7 in the goddamn morning. I will let her know my base emotion is anger. So I'm up early. I'm exhausted all the time. Right. I'm up early. Had a shit ass workout, so I'm not feeling great. I have to go to this shit ass job. And these bitches are sitting up there talking. And I am like, why are you this close to me? I'm half naked. You don't find that weird? You don't find nothing weird in that situation?
Right.
Like, what could it mean is like, you could have just pivot. You could have
Pivot.
Take another locker, or just walk back the other direction. I've done that multiple times. I don't know about you guys. I just not into being next to a woman changing like that unless we...
Scissor.
Like, that's just me.
Oh, shit. Is that why Scissor calls himself Scissor?
I'm going to leave.
I just thought... Sorry. I'm sorry.
But yeah, so I have this really...
Right.
That's one of my biggest pet... I have like a lot of pet peeves, but that's one of them.
Yeah.
Personal space invaders, count your fucking days. Count your fucking days. I'm tired.
I think it's a cultural thing, though. No. Because I've been in situations where people of different cultures, they have a different idea of what.
Okay, well, do that with your people. Don't fuck around and play in traffic. Don't play on me. Don't play with me. I'm not with that shit. It's too early. It's too early, dog. I ain't eat. I ain't drink no kind of caffeine.
Right.
I run it on bad mind and spite. What? Don't piss me off. You having me starting my day on the wrong foot.
Question. Legitimate question. Don't throw anything at me. Do you think maybe it could have been something like maybe they were attracted?
So our friend also said that, the one who's coming here in 3 weeks. And I was like, I don't give a fuck. Who the hell is Momo?
The one I call Momo.
I don't know what you call people. The one who looks like me, but she's...
No. The one that we were talking to on live the other day, that she wanted to buy a bag of something, and the dude was like, yo, give me some boom boom. And
no, I have no idea who that is.
we were just talking to her in the crib on live for hours.
Oh, no.
Oh,
That's, no. Yeah, and she's gonna come on the pod in 3 weeks.
Oh,
yeah.
that one. Oh, okay.
She also said that same thing, and I was just like, I actually don't give a fuck.
Right.
But this comes back to like no game, no tact.
Right.
All you're doing is pissing me off. Like, you know how hard it is to come back from pissing me off. You had to come real good. I just can't. I just find that was just really ridiculous. And why they always had to talk on the phone? Who the fuck you talking to at 7 in the
morning? Yo.
I
was in an Uber. And we're back.
cannot.
It's one of my favorites. So I was saying, I have a problem. I took a Uber the other day. Well, more than once. And I have a problem when my Uber driver doesn't understand any English, right? Now I know you're getting the information on your phone on like where I'm going.
Right.
But I might have like specific things. So now when I'm telling you, yo, the map is telling you to turn here, but don't turn there. Go this way. And your answer to me is, ¿Qué pasó? Ah, what happened? No? What? No. Or the whole drive, right, is you and your lady friend are on live video. And why do you have 3 phones on the dash? So you have your Lyft, you have your Uber, and then you have one specifically for your live conversation. And she's there breastfeeding a child.
I hope you give them like -5 stars.
No, I don't. I just get the fuck out of there, man. All right. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why am I watching you breastfeed your child? Anyway. But ma'am, I think we did it.
What do you mean?
Meaning like, yo, we knocked this one out.
Joe.
We knocked this one out.
You know.
Unless there's something else you want to talk about how depressed you are that you didn't make a Vibes Cartel show.
Literally.
Let me ask you a question. Why do you allow me to be more in touch with things than you? That doesn't make sense.
Listen to me. When I'm going through a rough patch in my life, all my energy is going to me going through each day. That's where I've been. So I literally have the energy to talk to my one friend. That's it. I don't talk to anybody else. I don't respond to messages. Like, I don't have it.
Oh, you're the worst with text messages.
I don't have it. I am terrible.
Why you just don't come through?
I did. I literally have been to your house 3 times this week. What?
Oh yeah, I wasn't home.
I just literally, I came and I'm like, hey, I'm just coming to sleep. Literally, me on the couch, sleeping.
Yeah.
I don't have it. I need to lock back in.
Well, that's another thing. I wanted to implement that on the show.
Locking back in?
No, well, I want that people could, like, on the page in the community section or in the email, the email be in the community section, sending something like you want us to answer.
Oh my gosh. So I want to do this on my Instagram, so this is really good.
Mm-hmm.
So like back on Twitter days when I was heavy on Twitter, there was this website or whatever called Curious Cat.
Mm-hmm.
People would just send questions or whatever.
Shit.
What?
I still got audio going. Fuck
Oh.
it. Fuck it. There's no video. I mean, because there is just audio podcast that I also think it's on Spotify.
Really?
Yeah, it's on Spotify. It's on Apple.
I did not know this.
Yeah. Well, podcasting is really just about the audio.
I love a good Spotify. That was my grievance. Good thing.
You're welcome.
You said Spotify. Spotify, well, they can't see. Spotify, this message is for you.
Mm-hmm.
So I have Spotify that I pay for. And it's a premium package.
Mm-hmm.
In your premium package, you get 18 hours of audiobook time.
Yeah.
Cool. There was this one, mind you, I don't really listen to audiobooks.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know what happened. And TikTok people was talking about you need to listen to, you like reading the book is just like, sure, it's a good book or whatever. But like the audiobook is, because, like when people are doing audiobooks, and I find it was so cute and funny. Mm-hmm. They read it like you would read to a child. Like there's voices, there's characters, like they're giving each character a voice. So I was like, this is so cute.
Right.
Lo and behold, it actually was a very hilarious way they were telling this story. I listen to bedtime stories to sleep. Mm-hmm. But it's like a podcast, so I don't really run out of time.
Right.
I don't know why I thought me listening to this audiobook would make sense. Because there I was asleep.
Right.
My book is running. So then I had to go back and re-listen to like make it make sense. So I ran out of time.
Right.
I'm like, oh. But then now I'm like, all right, I'll listen to it in the morning when I'm awake or whatever.
Uh-huh.
So Spotify is like, oh, you're out of time. This is going to like re-up in 20-something days when your plan renews or whatever.
Right.
I was like, all right, cool. If you want, you could get like additional audiobook time. Like you have to buy audiobook time. You get like 10 hours or whatever. I don't make sense when it comes to books. Like I would sell my kidney. I don't care.
Right.
I was like, all right, cool. So I'm like, all right, cool. I go on thinking, gonna be a reasonable price.
Right.
If my subscription is, I think, $12.99 or $11.99 each month, this shit gonna be like $5. I don't really care. It's $5. This is my thought.
Right.
There I am, pulled up on Spotify.com, ready to pay my $5. Because I'm thinking, yeah.
Yeah.
Spotify's like, you can get 5 hours for $13.99. I was like, y'all out your fucking mind.
Right.
Why is 10 hours of audiobook time more than my subscription?
Right. For 18 hours. Yeah.
I was like, fuck off.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah, they trying to get you.
So then I just was like, cool. And I left it there and I waited. I
Fuck
was not like I am an unreasonable person.
Right.
But like don't try to play in my face like that.
Yeah.
You got me fucked up. I was just like, no.
You know, I thought about doing that.
Audiobooks?
Not well. I wanted to do audiobooks at first, and then I was like, yo, you know what? I should make a page. One of my homegirls gave me the idea, and she was like, you know, you should do like bedtime shit.
Yeah. So funny enough, I told you this. I'm gonna ensnare the anime community. I'm gonna put on a Catwoman suit.
Right.
And I'm going to read her. And I'm going to do mundane shit.
Okay. I wasn't going. I wasn't going that far. It was just going to be all audio for me.
Well, yeah, I have to use this body for something. The people sexualize me anyway.
Oh my god.
I need to secure a bag somehow.
Yeah. Well.
I wanted to read stories, but then I feel like people wouldn't understand me.
What?
When I read like a very like on a normal piece, I only talk like this because I'm excited.
That wasn't really a big thing at all.
Yeah, but I only talk like
No, I'm
high pitch
saying
or whatever when I'm excited.
The last pod.
Yeah, people understood me.
Yeah. It was only like maybe 3 people that I knew personally that was like, yo, there were certain things I didn't understand. I had to rewind, but they were Hispanic. Shut up. But they were Hispanic, and they were like, yeah, there were certain words I didn't understand, so they had to rewind or whatever.
What I realized is I sort of eat my words sometimes. It's not that I'm not.
No, it's the accent.
Oh, well, I fuck that.
No.
It's
not on you, but you got to remember, like, yep. We don't hear it. Right.
You know, a fun fact: everyone has an accent.
Yeah. But
just so you guys know.
Yeah, we don't hear. It's just like perfect example. Dudes from like England. Like there's times that my blood brother is talking to me, and he'll start talking fast, and I'm like, yo, bro, I don't know what the fuck you're saying, bro.
You know, a man could probably rob me with an English accent, cuss me stink, and I'd just be like, hot eyes.
Right.
Whatever.
No.
But yeah.
All right.
That was my one grievance so far.
But we did it.
We did it, Joe.
We knocked this out the park, I think.
Period.
What are we in? We're in 2 hours.
Oh. Yeah, that's enough. Like, that's more than enough.
Yeah. Yeah. My joints usually be like 45 minutes, an hour tops.
But you know, for real, that's what I was gonna say. I think I give really good advice.
Yeah.
Really good advice. Any question?
Yeah. At inthered@myyahoo.com.
Yeah. Don't send me anything because I just
Yeah, no, send it there, and then we'll decipher and be like, we'll answer your question or give you advice to the best of our ability. Cheeky Kathy's ability.
I am. How could you say that?
No, I said Cheeky Kathy's ability.
Oh, I thought you say I'm not melanated.
What? You see? Accents.
I'm like, how dare you say that?
How
You
did
know
you
what
get
my mom looks
See,
like.
that goes back to the dude saying misogyny.
No,
misogyny. Yeah, how did he get that? If y'all haven't seen that video, go on Instagram. Blaze, you're in trouble, bro.
He needs to.
How the hell did you get misogyny? I don't even remember. What's the Kes song again?
Cocoa Tea.
Cocoa Tea. How did he get misogyny from Cocoa Tea?
It's like woman empowerment. Shut up.
He's like, misogyny.
Don't do that. You stop. You don't do that. I need you to just go outside and touch some grass. And try again.
Where is that? Here it is. Can't play it for too long. I'm just trying to understand where he thought it said misogyny. This is the part coming up, right?
Miss how she name.
Miss, yeah. Blaze, I don't know what the hell you would think. Misogyny. Poor guy. They've been giving him hell online. But anyway, people, listen, like I always say, man. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, and I appreciate you. Always remember to drink water, tap in, share, and...
I thought you was going to say light skin. I was like, wow.
What's this damn jack? Like, share, and subscribe.
Like, comment, share.
And just subscribe. Drink water. Peace.
Is that your positive vibes?
That's it.
Dang.
I don't give them a lot.
You used to say something positive, more positive. Like you used to have a...
No.
Oh.
You're getting me mixed up with the other voice.
It's the voices.
No. Now I would say something, but you know what? People don't really give a fuck.
How do you know that? How do you know that?
Because they would tell me. Or they will put it in the comments. If y'all want me to say something more inspirational, and then put it in the comments, and I'll say something more inspirational. Until then, you're just getting what I've been giving you for the past 16 pods.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I don't have nothing inspirational for you fuckers.
And then my friend is like, oh my gosh, I want to be on the pod.
Which one?
You-
The dude?
No.
Momo?
Wait. Yes. I need to wait.
We could do a call in with her.
When? Not now.
No, not
She's
now.
walking home though.
No, not now. But we could do a call. All right, well, let me end this.
Oh,
All right.
sorry. Meanwhile, I'm just calling my friend.
No, it's all good. All right,
Calling-
pieces.
walking home. Bye, guys.